segura. É o Morel, bebê.
Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you've watched that video earlier, so I already promised you guys I'm going to be speaking to you guys about favelas and my experiences there with you guys on this video. So in my caption on that video on Instagram, I said it that why aren't they running when they hear gunshots? And then I mentioned my experience with my first time hearing a gunshot here in Brazil. Guys, it was it was hilarious as fuck. Guys, it was hilarious as fuck. And it was like this area, my mom's store area. So I don't know where to start from, if to start from telling you guys that favela is not what you guys think, or if to go ahead and tell you guys that my own experience. Well, let me start with my own story first so that this video can be very interesting, guys. So that particular night they had a riot. Okay, it was an evening, they had a riot. They've been having the riot, they were burning sticks, burning stuffs, and then the riot continued for like a long time, and before we knew it, they decided to burn they blocked the road, major road where buses, cars are passing, and then they said nobody was going to pass through, so they burnt like a bonfire something, and then cars will be scared to pass their cars through it. I mean, drivers of cars will be scared to pass their cars through it because nobody wants any trouble. Okay, so as it was going on, people started to okay, no, they invited the military. Okay, so this is not police. In Nigeria or in Africa, let me not talk about Africa because I don't know about Nigeria. So in Nigeria, they would have just sent police and all those things. So, but they sent out military. It was like a movie that day, guys. When I saw the military guys, they covered their faces and then they had that black. You guys know that black thing. You see it on my screen. That black stuff that this American movie Navy people used to cover their faces with, so that people don't identify who they are. That was how they are. So they lined up from after my mom's shop, like way down the road. They lined up and they were walking in a line, boom, with heavy arms. So they were marching, boom, boom. Me, I just went to buy water. I thought everything was still calm and okay, just burning fire and riots amongst the favela people. So I was still like, I went to buy water, and then before the next thing, immediately I came out from the store where I was buying water. The turning that I would turn, I turned into the hands of these military people, guys. It wasn't even a shootout, but the fact that I felt like I was in the middle of a movie. You know how when you're watching American movies and you be like, oh my god, like if you watch Hunger Games and you be like, if I were the one in this movie, this is what I would do. That was what I did. I just ran. I ran and ran. Everybody just stood and were looking like, that kind of thing will call our attention. Everybody just look like standing and looking at what the military guys wanted to go do to stop the riot in front. And then there was me running back to my running. I bent my head running because it could lead to a crossfire and I don't want to be there. But anyways, it didn't lead to anything. Funny enough, it was very calm. The only thing that sounded like gunshot there was earlier before the military arrived. Okay, so when the military arrived, they tried to calm the entire thing down, stop the protest and allow people to pass with their cars. It was a very interesting day. That's the story. That was the first time I ever heard gunshot here in Brazil or even in my life at all. Okay, so Brazil is you can access guns here a lot. Okay, so you have to be very careful. It's something like this. In fact, I've had so many experiences that I'm supposed to open a podcast for you guys, but this YouTube, let's grow it first. Thank you. Okay. Anyways, guns very accessible here in Brazil, so you have to be very careful. Do not argue with your Uber driver. Do not argue with people that in Nigeria. If Uber does anyhow, you argue with the Uber. Are you mad? Are you crazy? You fight with people easily in Nigeria. Okay, Brazil will teach you patience. Okay, you have to be patient with everyone. You have to be patient with everybody because you don't know who is carrying what. Okay, now this is not to make you scared of Brazil. Brazil is a beautiful country, wonderful nation, in fact. Okay, so that's why I wanted to talk about the favelas today. You saw that video right now. You saw that video in the beginning. People aren't running because my own explanation or what it really is that people aren't running because They are not concerned. They are not involved in whatever fight was happening that resulted to the arms exchange. Okay, so bullets might be flying up and down. My mom wants to pass. Okay, so bullet might be flying up and down, but if it doesn't concern you, it doesn't concern you. When I say concern, let me explain. Let me be explicit with my concern. Concern that you are not involved in drugs as well. You are not into drugs. You're not selling. You're not using. You're not helping carrying. You are simply living and hustling legally. My sister says it's not legally, it's legally. Okay, you're hustling legally here in Brazil. Legitly, it's not your business. You can be at home and then it's going on between people that do it. Okay, so unlike in Nigeria where you do not even have to be concerned or involved about whatever it is going on, and then you can get shot mistakenly and then it will just be a mistake. Yeah, I don't know, there's no much news about, oh, somebody was killed mistakenly, unless the person was involved. Okay, which is not something to be proud about though, but it is what it is. It is their reality. Okay, so if you come to Brazil and you cannot afford to get housing in the low cost places or in the IRS places, trust me, you can get favelas houses and stay there. People that live in favelas are honest people, majority of them do. It's just financial strain. Okay, people that are living there are nurses, some are even working in schools, some are students, some are business owners, some are, honest people that do honest living, some are Uber drivers and all those kind of things. Misconception about it, and it needs to stop. Okay, so unless when you're living in a favela and you do not get yourself involved in stuff that you're not supposed to get yourself involved in, trust me, those gunshots are not for you. Okay, I know Brazilian. I know there will be fears. Obviously, this is gun that we're talking about. For God's sakes. Okay, so I came to the store and then she was like, she wants to braid her hair, but the salon beside us, or the salon on the line where we are, is not open. Like she's not been opening for like a week or two. And then, do we know any other places? I was like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know anywhere to make hair here. And then she was like, okay, but she knows someone. They like to converse. They like to engage you in talks, even if they know you or not. So immediately she just started to talk and said, she would like to go there to the other side. The other side is a favela. Okay, she would like to go to the other side, and then she would like to speak to one braider there to help her, but she's so scared to go there. She's been here for 25 years. Guys, sometimes I wish I can put, I don't know, like I wish I can buy a camera that has maybe like a camera in form of earring, or I don't know how to explain it, or a camera in form of my eye, so that you guys can experience or see exactly what I'm telling you about Brazil. I want to show you Brazil through my eyes, but I wish I can show you every minute, every day, or every conversation I have with Brazilian. Okay, so I'm going to try to invest in the tiny camera. I'm just going to put on my body, and then people will just have like feel, like you people can just feel how I'm speaking about Brazil. Okay, so she was like, I don't know why she was vulnerable about it with me, but that's how they are. Trust me. So she was like, she's been living here for 25 years, and she has never stepped her foot into their favela. I, I was like, why? Okay, and then she was like, she doesn't want a case where she goes there to braid her hair to get stuffs, and then the military comes, the favela lords start to fight, and then she gets in between, and then stuff happen to her. I was like, makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. But it's contradicting what that video was showing in the beginning. Brazilians themselves are very scared. So I can understand that you yourself that are watching it, that you're not Portuguese speaker, you're not Brazilian, you've never been to Brazil, you'll be scared as well. I'm not encouraging you to go live in favela, okay? But the stereotype on favela should not limit you to be able to stay in the favela if you can afford, or if you can't afford to stay in other places. Okay, favela is a community. Honestly, everything you want is there, everything you want to get is there. It's like a community on its own. Okay, so don't just get involved with what you're not supposed to get involved with, and trust me, you'll be fine. Okay, there are other places in Brazil as well where you can stay in high rises, apartments, just In the favela they don't have those kind of things. There miss major times you see favela houses are for people like their home owners. Okay, the owners of the houses are the ones that built it. Okay, so you can like sometimes they build it as duplex and then rent out the bottom or the top, and then you, I don't know how to explain it, guys, but I hope you understand me. um that's what I wanted to say in this video. I said I was going to explain further. Okay, favela is a great place, guys. It's a great place, but sometimes comes with its own downsides. Okay, so I'm not going to romanticize it and say favela is, oh, is Disney World. No, favela is not Disney World, but it's not hell as well. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have to go. Thank you for watching, guys. Ciao.